right.
Have I got your full attention right now? I mean, there we go. Yes, I do. Here comes. Like that was scary.
Come on!
Okay. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great day out there wherever you are. Welcome to another fabulous episode of goldballhunting.com. I'm Brent Abel.
I'm Jeff Jacklich.
And this person over here is Fernando. We got to stop this Fernando thing. This started the last episode because of you.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking that he's going to be some kind of like an imaginary guy in all these episodes now. Anyway, so look, I got something I want to talk to you about today, Jeff. And it's happened to me when I was working with Tom Stowe back in the day. And I know it happens to a lot of players when they want to make either, some kind of a change in their game, some small part, or maybe a wholesale deal, right? They really want to spend some time with their pro, doing some major surgery. Or again, it could be something small. And
right.
Yet, there's always some idiot at the club who's asking you this question. You're really sure you want to do that? So my story is when I was working with Stowe is, I didn't quite get what Mr. Stowe was trying to teach me, even though I had, him, one of the great all-time legendary coaches, teachers, along with three of NorCal's top players where I could look at what they were doing because even if he couldn't, I still had a tough time getting it. So I take what I thought I was learning from him, and I go back to, the Berkeley Tennis Club, and I'd be launching balls all over the 10 courts. I mean, literally. I would be hitting ground. And this is before we had the big rackets, right? I mean, it was tough to launch a ball against the back fence. But I was finding ways to do it. And there would be guys coming up to me going, God, you sure you want to do this? Because, man, I mean, this is not working out at all. So I guess what I want to ask you today or have you make a comment is on this thing that, look, if you're a player that's out there really serious about making a change to your game, there's going to be a period in there. Because if you're thinking it's going to be a quick fix, not going to happen. So if you're really serious about making a change, first of all, congratulations. And then second of all, be prepared for it to take a while. And then third of all, be prepared for the haters, right? The guys who are just
absolutely
are going to say that you're an idiot for doing it because you're going through that period of finding every court at the Berkeley Tennis Club. And I think it happens in all areas of life, right? I mean, you could start a new project in your life, whether maybe it's losing weight, right? And then you got your other buddies who need to lose weight, but they don't have the desire that you do. So what do? You're right. They're just on you going, come on, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't really want to do this.
Yeah. Hey, Bill, here's a coupon for that bucket of chicken wings. Hey, let's meet for the Sunday football. Okay. Yeah. Who's bringing the Budweiser? Okay. Who's bringing, right? And,
I mean, I see it at the Berkeley Tennis Club with, not only myself, but I see it with other players. And I caution my students. I say, look, we've talked about this. This is awesome. You want to make that change because, the benefits are here. And they can see that result they want. And now it's kind of like, well, it's my job to help you go from where you are to go get that result. I got to put you on the path that will get you there. But part of it is I got to caution you. And man, there's going to be, and look, it could not be your buddies. It could be, there's some other teaching pro out there that you've been working with that you're not getting the result you want.
Right.
And yet you feel lousy that you want to make the change outside of this guy or this gal.
Right.
And then they see you over the ball machine doing something that they never worked with you on before. And they come up, they going, Jeff, what are you doing?
Right.
We're not working on that. And you're going, well, I'm working with a couple of guys there. And they're going, oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, there it is. I teed it up for you.
Yeah, I'm working with a couple of knuckleheads on the internet. Okay, great. right? Well, I think, I mean, the reality is that, and I say this with all, humility and humor and everything else, is that there's an inherent danger in improving. And that improvement means there's a possibility that you're moving up to another level.
Yeah.
Which means
bye-bye.
You're leaving your tribe behind.
That's right.
So as much as everybody might say, "Oh, that's great. I see you working on your game." No one really wants you to improve. Okay?
No, yeah, that's
Either
right.
on one, because if it's the team captain, it's because, oh my gosh, you're my best singles player and you're one of the only few people at the club that likes to play singles. So, the selfish motivation there is, oh my God, as this guy gets better, he's moving up, he's out. Who's going to play singles?
Right.
Right. That's part of it. And the others is, your regular doubles partner now may not be your regular doubles partner. So the social impact is also there, and it can't be denied. I see it every day. And, So you really, when you make these things, if you can walk into it blindly and just improve and let the chips fall and then be surprised that this group is kind of shunning you now because now you're with you're playing with the big players now, if you want to call it that.
You're over on court 2.
Right. And and now you're having a beer with those guys.
Oh boy. Oh, that's yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're such a snob now.
Yeah, so there's a danger in this whole process of improving, and so there is the front end of it. We've talked about this recently, of that there's going to be a dip in your quality for a while you're working these things out. Whatever issue it is you're working on, there's going to be a little dip, because as you start to deploy that new strategy, new stroke technique under match play conditions, you have to think about it manually. It's going to be out there in the front of your in front of your mind, and so it's not going to be this smooth. This is great, from day one. You're going to have to Shawshank it for a while. So that's the reality of that. And so during that phase, you may find that people are questioning what you're doing because they don't see. One, they don't know maybe the goal that you're aiming at. Two, they really don't know how important it is to you. And so,
and also, but they could also be perceiving it as, even though it's unintentional on your part, but they could take it as kind of a slap in the face, right? So,
right.
Well, I don't have the same desire as that guy does.
Right.
So he's kind of making me look bad by not having the same desire or not wanting to do what he's doing. So you're right. I mean, there's a lot of social crud that gets wrapped up in this whole thing about trying to become a better player. And so I'm just cautioning everybody, look, it's going to happen. Someone is going to say something, and you're going to have the guts to what we talk about in all of our coaching webinars, which are the 3 C's, the letter C, which is you got to have clarity. You got to know exactly what it is you're working on that's going to take you to get the result you want. Obviously, you got to be committed to it over the long haul, because it's not an overnight sensation. It's not a quick fix. And then the third thing is courage. Because you can be super clear on what it is you're working on to get to where you want to go. You can be totally committed on it or committed to it. But man, you're going to suck for a while. You're going to totally suck for a while. And in fact, you might, after the first month or so, actually have kind of moved the needle. And then the second month, dang it, you're now back down, maybe close to where you were when you started. And so you got to have the courage to maintain that clarity and maintain that commitment, because it is not a smooth ride, my friend.
If within 30 days you're saying, hey, I think I got this, you're in for a rude awakening.
Yeah. So
reality's going to strike, and it's going to catch you right about here.
I didn't see the 2x4 coming by. But, I mean, and then on the other hand, Jeff and I we're not here to discourage you to work on your game. We're saying it's a noble effort to go out there and go, I want something better for my tennis game. I think I can do better. I think I can play at a little bit higher level. I think I can have more fun. I think I can just, that's what you want to do with your games. It's a challenge. It's a lifelong challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge. And one, the skill alone. Can I improve my ability to do this new skill set or add this to my game and all that? And that's great. The other thing that I think is maybe it isn't really like identified all the time is understanding every time you add a new skill or refine one that you already have, and it actually elevates, 5, 10, 15%, you now are playing with a new perspective. You're standing on higher ground now than you were 6 months ago.
Right.
And you're playing a new brand of tennis. And that new brand is fun. So every time you make that little jump on the rung, the game itself expands and it gets more fun. And that part of it, when I work with juniors, I really try to hammer this home. That, listen, every time you're working on this something, I know you're a little frustrated with it, but the game is going to get exponentially so much more fun when you can do this.
Good.
And you're really close. So let's keep working on this because you're really close. And once you start to, you're going to start to really love this. And then the game's going to get more fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think for, even the adult players, you gotta like understand that the expansion of your game is just something, and the expansion of your game, again, doesn't always mean I'm adding a new skill. It could mean that I'm just refining and making a skill that's already pretty good better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's an outstanding point. I mean, it's not meaning improvement does not mean adding. In fact,
Right.
most of the time improvement means taking away. It means paring something out of there, whether it's stroke technique, which is unneeded. Mr. Abel, get rid of the flare on top up there, please. It could be just like we talk about in every one of our webinars, our student webinars, is variety. There's just too much variety that you're considering.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
another way to get better, and this will actually, this still does, it sounds simple. Well, let's take our shot choices down to just a couple, right?
Right.
That takes discipline, right? If you've been used to going, well, I could go there or there, drop it here, lob over there, and the next thing you know, as you hit the ball off the frame, it could be that improvement is simply reducing variety. So, good stuff, Jeff. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. We're going to let this one sit on you, kind of let you noodle on it and think about it. We are still offering a free 10-minute private coaching call. The three of us, you, me, and Jeff, and what we're asking is you bring that one thing to the call that's really bugging you about your game. You just have not figured out, and we want to help you at least put you on the right path to be able to get that result that you really want. The way to do that, to get in the call, go over to goalballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, and you'll get immediately dropped into our online scheduler. A lot of dropping going on there.
A lot of dropping there.
To where you can cherry pick a date and time that works best for you. If you're already on our email list, at the bottom of every email that we send out, there is a link that will take you to the online scheduler. That's all right, babe. It's fine. It's cool. So, Jeff, at this point, it's yours, man. Take it away.
It's all me.
Yeah.
Please like us, share us, subscribe, and let us know what you think down below.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us again today. Get out there wherever you are. Help someone else have a spectacular day. And we are going to do this again tomorrow, Jeff.
I am looking forward to it, and I can't wait.